So once we've covered the general information about custom attributes, let's create them. I will do that directly from the user attributes section, available always in app settings, and then in user data and events. We need to specify name, description, and select value type. Let's now briefly cover all 7 choices available here. Boolean is known also as true-false statement, and for example can be useful to track whether a user subscribes to your newsletter. I'm naming it subscribe to newsletter and adding user subscribing to our main newsletter. So in the filters, we see it as subscribe to newsletter, and the available filtering conditions are true or false. Let's go back and create the next one, which is fixed choices. It's an interesting one, as its values can come, for example, from a questionnaire asked by a chatbot or in a newsletter, and is used to track all these choices that user made in the questionnaire. Let's assume you run an online store and want to send email campaigns to your users in their preferred language. So let's add preferred language as name and the first preferred language of users. I need to specify label and value. I'm adding 4 languages: English, Spanish, German, and French. And one last thing for fixed choices is multiple choice option. Enable that if you want to allow users to select more than one answer option. In our case, let's leave it inactive, as we ask about the one preferred language. The next value type is string, which basically is any text value. Let's add job position and a short description here. Right next we have date. It's pretty straightforward. Let's assume you offer app subscription to your clients and thus want to track the day they sign up. I'm adding sign up day and a starting date of first subscription in the description field. The following value type is a similar one called date time, and an example of that can be last time browsing downloads. And as you see, it's now available in the filters. And you can see that for that value type, we can filter basing on time as well. So our list of custom attributes is growing up, but we still have 2 value types to go. Integer. It is pretty self-explanatory, and it's basically any attribute related to the whole number. We may, for instance, want to track number of purchases made. And the final custom attribute type is floating point number. It's very similar to integer, but it also contains decimal points. As I've earlier created it for the purpose of setting up an automation that collects attributes values, it's already on my list. Let's assume for a second you run an online sneaker store. Thanks to it, you can, for example, track users' exact shoe sizes, like 7.5 or greater than 6.5. So we've just covered all 7 value types of custom attributes. Thanks for listening.